Welcome back, everybody. We were having some technical difficulties with the Skype. As you heard, it got kind of scary because my internet dropped out, and I'm hoping it won't drop out again. So, we're going to transition to my number two. My number two is from Spice and Wolf, Holo, and Lawrence. Has anybody in the chat seen Spice and Wolf?
I love Hollow and Lawrence, and they were totally going to be on my list. They almost made it. They were a number 11.
They were at number 11. Have you now? See, I like these two because it felt very like at first you didn't think they were gonna be anything more than what they were, just traveling companions until about halfway through, and it didn't feel like it was forced because they could have really forced this. But I think the way that the pacing of the show goes, since the show is very casual, very slow paced, that they really had a chance to develop the chemistry that they have. Because Justin, have you seen Spice and Wolf?
Nope.
Okay, I've told you about it, correct?
Like twice.
Like twice. Okay, so you pretty much know that they're just traveling to Yoitz, which is where Holo's from. It's pretty much the entire show. And so whenever you spend a lot of time with somebody and you don't not hate them, or you don't hate them, you tend to like them. And it was by the point of, because it got to the point where it was very okay, come on guys, we know you like each other, just admit it kind of thing. And it got to that point about halfway, by the point where like, okay, they need to just kiss and just make this happen. And it happens like at the very end of season 2, and we never got a season 3 because they didn't want to make a season 3, and I'm still angry about it. Still very upset that they didn't make season 3.
Have you read the light novels?
I haven't read the light novels, but I've been reading the manga when I have the chance.
They the same company that licensed the manga licensed the light novels as well, and I think they've released all 9 of them.
Yes, they did. I didn't feel like buying 9 book. I should buy them. I don't know why I haven't. There are only 9 of them. I just don't know where to put them.
Shelf space.
I'm out of shelf space. My anime and my WWE title belts taken all of my shelf space. But what now?
The struggle.
Yeah, but so I googled like how it ends, and it ends the way I wanted it to end. So, which I still never reached their goal. I don't think. I think they just kind of ended it like happily ever after, and that's about it, to my knowledge.
Yay, happiness.
Mm-hmm. And then they all die. M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Style.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so that's my number 2. Very fond of those two characters because Spice and Wolf was my number 1 for the longest time until Steins Gate came into my life. And then that changed everything.
Oh, it changed me for sure last week.
Yeah. Okay, so number 2 for Justin. Go.
Oh, number 2 is Team Blonde and Beautiful. It's Edward and Winry from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was about to say Ed and who? I was like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Full Metal Alchemist, so yes.
Dude, I had to pull that one from the data bank. I was sitting here after he told me, hey, we're going to do this. I was like, oh god. I have 10 of these.
Yeah. I thought about 5, and I'm like, nah, let's do 10.
You told me like 2 hours before we did this, so my list was just rushed.
I know, so I didn't have one either, and I was like, well, it's just better if we just do it today instead of Sunday.
But I liked it just because, once again, it's that dynamic of it. You see it planted at the beginning of the series, I felt, and then I just like how it's, there's little seeds of it every which way in the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Because an anime is an action drama.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, you get the whole fighting and all this and their main goal for the stone and all that. And then you get the super underlying one, which is like, they're gonna be together. You know it whenever, from day one.
Yeah. I've only seen enough of it where the dog joke still gets me. Which is like, what, episode 3?
God, the one that tears me up is whenever it's Hughes, the part with Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's my favorite character. and they did that to him in a phone booth, no less. But
Phone booth. That reminds me of uh, Higurashi a
oh,
little
good lord,
bit.
no! You
Which I
I've
just
seen that. No.
which I just bought the visual novel chapter 1 of that. So I'm loading up my shotgun right now.
But
So
I like how at the end of it, how he asked her out. He was like, "I'll give you half of my life if you give me half of yours." And I was like, "That's so cute because you."
there's two halves of a whole idiot.
No, that's us. Okay, don't be putting ROTP out there.
Okay. So is that all you need to say? Is
That's
that
all I
it?
got.
Awesome. I didn't want to cut you off. Kelsey, your number 2.
My number 2 is Takeo and Yamato from My Love Story.
Mm.
Takeo is super, like, it's big man and tiny lady. And Takeo is he's like such a good guy, and he's so truthful, and he's just so like sincere about everything. And so is Yamato, and Yamato is so freaking adorable. And when they're together, it's just like the whole anime, you're just smiling, like goofy, stupid smiling, and it's amazing.
I love those moments when that happens.
Every time I turn on Doctor Who and somebody's not dead.
Yeah, when someone's not dead. Awesome. That's good. I feel like I've seen that anime at least an episode or two. What's the story of that? Like the summary.
Takeo is this bit. He's not, like he's not Bishonen or anything. He's just a big nice guy, and his best friend happens to be a Bishonen who is like always getting the girls, and he's just kind of like surrendered to the fact that his friend is always going to get the girls. And then when they're on the train one day, he sees Yamato getting felt up by this creepy old dude and is like, "Hey, stop that." And then like immediately love at first sight, and it's just about like them and their high school life and like exploring their relationship, and it's just a super sweet slice of life shoujo anime.
Awesome. Awesome. I'll have to probably get back to that one because I feel like I saw it. Is it on Crunchyroll?
It's on Crunchyroll, yeah, and it's on Hulu as well.
Yeah, I think I probably crossed paths with it like a year ago, or sometime then. Okay, this is I had this, or yeah, it's my turn now. Yes, for my number 3, and I have to reorder some things because I didn't realize this was gonna be my number 3 till it was second to last on the list. Taiga and Ryuji from Toradora,
Yes.
which is Toradora is like, or Taiga is pretty much the queen of the tsunedaris. I can't say that word. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The whole I don't have feelings for you or anything. Yeah.
Baka.
Yeah, you gotta have the baka. Which I haven't heard the subbed for that. I only watched dubbed, but I'm fairly sure she says baka every sentence in the original. There's no way she doesn't.
Well, of course, you have to hide that. You have to have the ice personality to cover your sugar personality,
Of
and you
course.
have to overcompensate.
Yeah. All the time.
Every time.
Now, Justin, have you seen Toradora?
Nope, but whenever I looked up OTP on the internet, that was like the first picture that popped up.
Yep. It's very. When did that come out? Like 2000, what, 10? It's not that old. But it's kind of one of those dubbed like classic couple anime characters. Like a lot of people have seen it.
I've just kind of like come to the realization that every one of your favorite animes, Justin, was originally like a light novel or like a visual novel series.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Oh yeah, every time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, most of these are very. Yeah.
Toradora, the anime came out in 2008.
Okay, so I was close. I said 10.
Yeah.
We don't mention Sword Art Online light novel because 16.5.
Oh no, or what? No, wasn't it? Was it 16.5 or is it 12.3? It was 12.3.
It's some number with a decimal that I
It's
refuse to
it's
look.
a very erotic fan fiction. That's all I know.
But it's canon.
But yeah, like I really like the chemistry that they have together because they are perfectly made for each other because they're both outcasts. um, Ryuji being the everybody's afraid of him because he has like a mean mug 24/7. Like he's like Eminem, only like angrier.
Yeah, me.
That dude's got like one look and it's angry.
Kind of like Ben Stiller with Blue Steel.
Yeah. And he's just always just like looks angry, but he's like just chilling. And everybody's like afraid of him. And Taiga just likes kicking people and hitting people with wooden swords, so people tend to stay away from her. And it just kind of shows, kind of with most of these other like slice of life romance animes, it just shows their friendship like progressing to more than friendship, but nothing can ever top Tomoya and Nagisa because that's just I get Vietnam flashbacks from that. I got like PTSD from that show. Sitting at work and all of a sudden I'm just sad. It even has a happy ending, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Okay, so that's my number 3, so I can check that off. Justin, it is now your turn, which is still awkward to say.
It's great because all like my first couple have the same similarity that they all share the same hair color. Because the next one's Gray and Juvia, and their color schemes are damn near the same.
What was the show called? Or what are they?
Gray and Juvia from Fairy Tail?
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I haven't watched Fairy Tail. I watched like 2 episodes.
Oh, it's the best. Even the fan service. Wow, it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, fan service. We hate that stuff.
Yeah, but it's great because the anime, recognizes it, and they add them that little sound cue every single time, and it makes it a comedy moment.
Oh yeah.
But they're not even like a straight up couple. They're the freaking OTP of the show. Them and like everybody else that's in that show.
Mhm.
And I had to pick between that one or Natsu and Lucy, and I was like, you know what, I like.
That's like way overdone though. Like
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, and I know that's like the overused like.
It's like the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see, I think I went hipster on it because I picked the second one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as I see Natsu and Lucy, I always see Gray and Juvia right below it. So I was like, I like that one either way because Gray's my favorite character in the series. And plus, every single time they're on screen together, it's just comedic moment because she's like, "I love you," and he's like, "I don't have time for this."
Leave me alone, you crazy woman.
He's like, "I have things to do, like saving the world."
Who needs to do that? Okay, Kelsey, do you have anything to add on that, or you?
Nope.
Nope, nothing. Okay, so we are going to move on to your number 3.
My number 3 is Tamaki and Haruhi from Ouran High School Host Club.
Yes. Yes.
I love Tamaki and Haruhi.
Yes.
Like
Sorry.
it's so hard because I like the whole harem of boys at Ouran, but Tamaki is my favorite just because he's so just like dense and frivolous, and Haruhi is like really blunt and like no nonsense, and just together they make an awesome team. And I just always get such a good laugh whenever Tamaki is just being crazy and over the top, and Haruhi's just like over in the corner like, oh my god, please shut up.
Yeah. I think the dub for that is very well done. Usually anything by Funimation is fantastic. Anywhere else is kind of eh.
I haven't seen the dub, but
Yeah, because you kind of threw me off because I think because you said, how'd you pronounce his name?
Tamaki.
Tamaki, and I think in the dub they call him Tamaki.
Um,
And it threw me off. I was like, who's that? And I was like, oh, I think that she means like Tamaki because that's how they pronounce his name in the dub.
I wasn't a huge fan of the anime, but I think it was because I believe the anime was being produced as the manga was, and I think it caught up with the manga, so it ended differently.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed the manga a lot more. But the anime itself, like the animation on it, was really awesome, and I think they brought out like each character's personality really well. And I also heard rumor they're doing a second season.
Yes, I think that was confirmed. I think it's like next year in October.
That's exciting.
So I'm very excited about that. Also, if you guys notice in my list, a lot of these characters are well, or at least these characters are from a show that J. Michael Tatum's in because that dude's awesome. Because Justin, you know my quote unquote obsession with J. Michael Tatum, but Kelsey, I don't think I told you that I am a huge fan of J. Michael Tatum, who is an English voice dub artist that works at Funimation. I didn't tell you, but at Acon I waited 3 hours just to shake his hand, just to meet him. So
Sounds like a good 3 hours spent.
yes, it was. But yes, because I it made me think about that because J. Michael Tatum's in Oron Host Club. He plays one of the three brothers with the glasses and does all the money stuff. Can't remember his name. He's the one that manages like all the
Oh,
money. And,
I was just thinking about this earlier too. Kyoya.
yeah, he voices him.
That's cool.
Yes, and everybody else at Funimation. Okay, so my number 4 is Yuki and Yuno from Future Diary.
I was gonna put that one on mine.
Now, these two, let's get this straight. They both a little cray cray. Yuki's a little girl. Yuno is also a girl. So, and I can't. I tried listening to the original sub, and I'm fairly sure that Yuki is voiced by a woman. There's no way that's a guy. But Kelsey, have you seen Future Diary before?
I've seen a few episodes. I haven't finished it.
Okay, so you know like the overall premise of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I like survival game horror things every now and then. They're fun. But I like the progressive of Yuki not wanting anything to do with her, to, oh, I kind of like her. This is she's kind of nice, and then he's like, no, we need to not be anywhere near each other. To, okay, I love you, let's kill everyone, and then back to some kind of weird normal relationship to the very end. It's very confusing, but I like it.
Sounds like my love life.
Yeah. So I like it because it's not your traditional, oh, we're gonna put these two together and you're either gonna like them or you hate them. With me, I got like, oh, I want them to be together, and then halfway through I was like, maybe they're not best for each other, and then I was back onto, okay, they need to be together. So it was very like not your average couple. It was very different. You had sides and you're screaming at the TV like, no, what are you doing, you idiot, don't give her a gun. So that's a very exciting couple. So let's move over to your number 4.
My number 4, I know I raved about this. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. I watched Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was telling you all about it while I was watching. I was freaking out watching it and all this. And ripped my heart out on several occasions. My pairing for it is going to be Shinichi and Murano. And the reason I like it, it's
Shinichi. Sorry, that hand every time he said his name was weird.
Oh, I love it. Mickey? Or Migi? I'm sorry.
Migi, yeah, that's his name.
It stands for hand.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Because, I mean, the main problem with the anime is that, of course, there's parasites and it's an invasion of sorts. But, I mean, it's a real hard toss-up between that and the love story of it. Because, I mean, it introduces the couple at the beginning. They don't start as a couple. And then they go, I think it's a couple episodes into it, and then they start the couple thing. And then, you see where they go caring about each other and everything. It's the bond, because it grows with the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, there's a part where he's going off to pretty much die, or he thinks he's going to die. And, he's getting ready to say his goodbyes to everybody. It's just heartbreaking. It's horrible.
I love it.
And, and I thought it was so great. I was like, this like, it didn't interrupt the story at all. It added to it. It raised the stakes on everything. And then there's a part in the very last episode that just utterly destroyed me because of what I thought they did. And it freaked me out to finish the episode. I was like, oh God, no. I need to go outside. But Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to watch it here after you do this. After you watch Spirited Away.
Oh crap! I forgot about that.
Haven't seen those movies, you
Oh my
fiend!
god! I'm sorry.
I can't believe I'm doing this with
I
you right
can
now. You
I
need to
can
be watching movies.
I can feel Kelsey's hate through the computer of
No, no, no. I'm just like, I can't wait until you see these movies because then you're going to be like, these are amazing.
because I haven't seen Spirited Away or Wolf Children or the one with the big blue guy. I don't know this big other creature. That other one. I don't remember its name.
That's Totoro.
Yeah, that guy. I see him a lot at cons. I'm like, I kind of know who you are.
Should totally. Have you seen Princess Mononoke?
Nope.
It's a good one.
Anything from that company, I haven't seen any
Ah,
of their
you're
stuff.
missing out.
I know.
You're a sinner.
I know. I'm living in sin. So, okay, so that was your four. So, Kelsey, now it is your turn for the four.
Number four, I really like Kazehaya and Sawako from Kimi ni Todoke. Um,
What's that show about? I haven't heard of that.
it's another slice of life high school romance shoujo thing.
Oh, okay, so it's
Um,
your
but I
your
really
textbook.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I really like them as a couple because that anime, it's not over the top. It's really, it's really true to life. And Sawako is really like at the beginning, she's really misunderstood. Like everybody mistakes her for the girl from The Ring, like the girl from the well,
Oh,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
think she's creepy and stuff, and she's really just wants to be friends with everybody. And the only person who really was like ever nice to her was Kazehaya, and then they go through that whole like they have a crush on each other, but they're too afraid to tell each other, and the whole time you're just like, oh my god, say something,
You two
and
should
then
kiss.
yeah, and it finally happens, and then you're still super frustrated because they're having relationship problems, and
Mm.
I don't, it's just they're such a cute couple.
The one thing when it comes to slice of life romance high school animes, I like it when they get together or some type of getting together, like either close to the beginning or midway, not like the last second of the last episode. Because that's very frustrating because I want to know like, oh, does it work out? I'll never know. Like, so I liked how you like when you said you see that they go through troubles and all that, so that way it kind of gives you an
Well,
idea how it works out.
yeah, they had. I believe in the first season they got together closer to the end, but the whole build up to it totally like it comes together, and the build up to it also plays a part later on, like when they start having boyfriend girlfriend slash friend troubles and stuff like that. So it's really awesome anime. They even did a live action movie of it.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll have to send me the that title for that in Messenger. I think I actually want to check that one out.
Okay.
How many seasons is it? Is it two?
Right now I know for a fact there's two. I would be surprised if they weren't doing a third one because I think the manga is still ongoing.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So, going from number four, we're heading to number five. This one I kind of added on to the last second because I'm watching the second season of it now. Is Yuta and Rika from Love, Chunubyo, and Other Delusions. I don't know the Japanese title, and I'm not going to try it. Not even going to attempt it. Has anybody watched this one or heard of it?
Yes.
You okay? Kelsey,
I
you have.
just started watching it.
Oh, you just started. See, I watched it, and I didn't know there was a season two, so it ended, and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice. And then I found out on Crunchyroll there's a second season. I'm like, I'm so gonna watch this. So, Justin, have you heard of it
No,
before?
not at all.
You've never heard of Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. Oh,
Uh,
let me tell you.
Oh, I'm in the
This
dark.
this show is so fun. Like, it is so fun. The premise of the show is Yuta, who growing up in, I think it was mostly like his younger life in middle school, there's this saying called Chinubio, which is a term they use that pretty much means is you create this persona of how you kind of deal with life. And Yuta made this persona of Dark Flame Master, which is like he's this dark overlord of ruler of the so and so on and on. Like he makes up all this stuff, but he dresses up and he has these pretend battles and everything. Well, he gets to high school and he wants a fresh start. He doesn't want to, because everybody, he was known as like the weird kid. So he wants to get away from it, start fresh. He wants to be a normal high school, quote, normal high school student. Well, he meets this girl, Rika, who has this persona of, I can't even remember the name of it, but she like wears an eye patch because she has like this all-seeing eye, and she keeps calling him Dark Flame Master. She's trying to bring up this persona again. He's like, no, I don't want to be weird anymore. Leave me alone. And so that show kind of, he ends up befriending her, and it shows them getting to know each other. And I like them, both of them, because they're both going through a lot of trouble, and they both help each other using these personas, because he sometimes brings it back out. And they always have like these battles, like it'll be like a epic sword battle, but it's all in their heads, and it'll switch back to them just like playing around, and nothing's happening.
I also have a sword fight with myself.
Oh, do you? Fantastic. That's
Yes.
That's gross.
No, what the hell? No, what the hell are you
Oh, it went straight to dirty. Again, I work with
going the wrong.
I work with mechanics.
Pico is getting to you early.
No. But like, it's kind of like one of those things. I'm trying to think of something. I feel like I've watched it, and it's like that. But it's like, it has like all these explosions and lights, and then it switches, and it's just them making like pew pew noises and stuff like that. Like the battles are fake, but in their heads it's like this epic battle. So it's just so funny seeing these people getting into like these characters, these personas, and that's what really brings them together are these personas that they both don't really want to do, but that's how they communicate with each other. So that's my number. What was that, 5? I'm losing count.
Yeah, we're in the middle.
We are in the middle. Oh, we're halfway there.
Yeah, this is usually the part where technical difficulties hit.
Yeah, we are
Throwing that out there.
Yeah. So far, our internet's good. We are going to segue to Justin. Your number 5.
Number 5, I've got the One Piece OPT, because One Piece, my favorite anime.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go with my favorite anime character.
Luffy and Zoro.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got 3 swords, dude. How can you no one can compete?
How can you even think about anybody else when he's walking around with that thing in his mouth
And one's in his mouth.
Dude, he's not only professional, he's personal.
Yeah.
I gotta go with my all-time favorite character, Sanji, just because he's, the ladies' man, the flirt, and pretty much me in public. And Nami, just because that's the the fan fiction of the universe.
Is she like the only female in the entire crew? I feel like that's, I don't know. I haven't seen it. The only bit of One Piece that I've ever watched is the abridged series None Piece. So it's very confused of what's real and what's not.
No. There's one other girl in the crew, but it's funny because Sanji always hits on both of them, and he always sucks up to both of them. And he'll be preparing dinner, and they're like, "Hey, I want this," and he's like, "No."
Oh, so he's trying to create a harem. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. But the best thing that's ever happened to him, like I said, he's the ladies' man. He's the big flirt, and they do a 2-year time skip, and he gets trapped on this island full of transvestites.
Oh God, One Piece got weirder than I thought.
And
so he got stuck in Thailand, is what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of.
Fantastic.
So if Thailand was like 5 times worse than it is right now.
Ah, yes.
But he gets trapped on this place, and so he's not seen a woman in 2 years, and it's the funniest thing ever because he just does not know how to handle himself. But I always like the pairing because there's like One Piece doesn't focus too much on romance, like the subtle plot hints are there.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's parts where like one of them gets hurt, and they have the look of concern and all this, and they have to go do it. Like where they're at in the manga right now, it's horribly depressing for me. But they're doing all this, and there's that undertone that's just hitting right now in the manga, which is why I thought of it, because I looked at my phone today and it said, "Hey, it updated."
Oh.
So I know what I'll be doing right after this.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, I don't have anything to add to that. Kelsey, anything to add to the One Piece?
No, sir.
Nope. Okay, well, now it's your turn for the number 5.
Number 5 is Celti and Shinra from Durarara.
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
cute
okay.
one.
I like this pairing because how they, like, when they first met, they were both just kind of like wary of each other, I guess. But then Shinra Shinra's like entirely devoted to her and is like, I'm never gonna leave you. And at first she's kind of like, I sort of detest you, but like over time she kind of starts, developing those feelings and stuff, and later on gets to the point where like she even contemplated like killing Izayo when she thought that, he had something to do with hurting Shinra. Just like that slow transition of her like falling in love with him and him just being like so absolutely obsessed with her is just awesome. I like it.
Awesome. I've watched a bit of Durara, mostly because, I found out Bryce Papenbrook is in it
Mm.
because I like his work, and so I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I really like the concept of how the show works, as in like, okay, let's focus on this character, and let's focus on this character. Okay, let's bring them together, and then let's go back to this other side. Like the way that it's paced is very unique, or not at least done often.
Yeah, and somehow with such a large cast of characters, they still managed to like bring them all out and focus on them at some point.
Yeah, and you don't feel overwhelmed. Like I didn't feel overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, this is too much characters. I don't know what's happening. Like they do a very very good job of balancing everything.
Mm.
Right. Yeah, I felt that way too. I like how everybody stayed relevant. Like, I was like, there was no time where I didn't care about somebody on the screen.
Exactly. I'm not too far in it. I know because I'm watching it on Netflix, because they have Durarara 1 and Durarara 2 on, both of them on there. So I'm slowly watching that one.
There was another season that just came out last month, and supposedly it's the last season, so I'm kind of sad. I haven't watched any of it yet, but
Oh, that hurts me.
Yeah. Okay, going on to my number 6. Justin, you'll like this one. Is every time she mutes her mic, it freaks me out because all the AC's gone. It's like it's sudden like jets, and then we're like falling, like we're just free falling. Okay, so my number 6, Justin, you'll like this one, is Okabe and Kurisu.
Oh, God, man. I thought that was going to be your number 1.
Totally wasn't forced at all. Like I didn't even think it was gonna happen, and then it's just J. Michael Tatum is just like, it's J. Michael Tatum. I'm sorry. J. Michael Tatum's like, I love you, man. He totally sounds like that too. And I was like, yes. Oh, yeah. And we got to talk after this. I got to tell you about the whole alternate ending with Steins Gate, because I haven't told you, and it'll make you a little mad. It'll actually make you very mad, because they're going off of the visual novel game,
right.
And they're going off that for the second season. So they had to, when they were re-releasing the season in Japan, they did an alternate ending, so it's not even dubbed, it's not even subbed. Like I watched the ending scene, it's not even subbed yet. Like it's so new.
Yeah. Like, I told you I watched it with pretty much my roommate, and I told him that they were doing that, and he's like, I refuse.
Yeah.
I'm not watching anymore. I'm done. I was like...
Yeah, see, I'm very hesitant on the watching the second season, but me being a big fan, I'm obviously going to watch it.
See, that's how I am with it. I was like, I'm a completionist with it, so I'll watch whatever the hell.
Yeah. But pretty much the main reason with Okabe and Kurisu is, my big thing, I don't like it being forced. I don't want that being jammed down. I want it to happen naturally. And with them, it almost came out of nowhere. Like a really good executed RKO. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad. I'm impressed of how they did it. And it was just, they were, after you thought about it, they're both mad scientists in a way. They're both scientists, so they're both nerds. How we don't talk to those nerds. And... No. Take their lunch money, nerds. And there's not much really to say about them because it really doesn't, because it's not the center of the show. It's like this kind of not even a little bit. because it's just like, oh, they care about each other because they have similar interests, they're friends, whatever. They discovered time travel together.
Yeah.
So
See,
you make a bond doing that.
See, that's the way I got it from. I was like, oh, they're just pals.
Yeah.
Because anime likes to play that little dabble where are they interested in each other or not, and this is why we have the OTP.
Yeah, of course.
But I like how who is it, Daru said it himself in the thing. He goes, they're the one true OTP of the fanfic I call my life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now, what is OTP? I'm having a blank on what that is.
One true pairing.
Okay.
Because
I remember he said that, wasn't it, to Kurisu?
Yeah, he
and
said it to both of them.
she like blushed and she goes, I hate myself that I know what that means.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what that means. How do I not know this term? I know all the terms.
See, I like how you freaked out at that. Meanwhile, I freaked out at the Doctor Who reference in like the first episodes, and I was like,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, Tatum, because he was doing the script writing for that episode or for that whole series, he wanted to put as much Doctor Who references because he's a huge Doctor Who fan. So
Yeah.
he tried to put that in there as much as he's very good. Whenever I find out he does the script writing, he does a very good job at Americanizing the dialogue when he's translating it, or not translating, but
Dubbing it.
well, yeah, or well, I guess it is kind of because they have translators and they translate it, and then he Americanizes the translations because of course direct translations aren't usually the best
My
of grammar, of English grammar.
my favorite part about that was I called you. I remember calling you right after I freaked out.
Yeah.
And you were like, "What?" You were like, "What happened?" I was like, "I heard the Doctor Who reference and it broke me." And you're like, "Which one?" And I was like, "Wait a minute, there's more." And then I got to the end of the series and they did it again, and like I stormed out of my living room. I walked into the street and I was like yelling.
See,
I was
what was that last one? I know about they say like the telephone booth thing.
Yeah,
Or the phone booth thing.
They said the telephone booth thing about the space or the time travel machine.
Yeah.
Because he's like, it's no blue police box, and I was like, oh.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, they did that, and then they did the freaking DeLorean, and I was like, okay, and then they named their crap after it. They're like, D-Mail, DeLorean Mail.
Yep.
I was like, that's hilarious.
A lot of time traveling movie references in said show.
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh, I forgot to ask, Kelsey, have you seen Steins Gate?
I have.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Okay, Steins Gate, so good. Which I guess after we get done with the show, I'll both tell you the alternate ending then.
Oh, I read it online.
Oh, so you know.
Yes.
Oh, so you're pissed. Like I'm pissed.
It upset me. I was like, oh.
Okay, yeah. I actually saw the clip, the article. I actually got to see the clip of it, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be awesome at the same time.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube, but that's the only place that I've seen that's going with it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my turn. So now it's your turn.
We're on 6, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Counting.
Good. You know, counting things. Off topic, we do that. Number 6, I gotta go back to the, all mine are Show and Jump anime. It's from Yu Yu Hakusho. I like Yusuke and Keiko. And,
Yay.
and see, I got the yays this time.
Yeah.
But, that one, it's just because it was so sweet at the beginning of the thing. You know, he's like, hey, I'm coming back. Wait for me and all this. And, you know, it's really unfair because she waits for, like, 4 episodes, and then he comes back. And then he's like, oh, hold on.
I'm leaving again.
Yeah, I have to go do this other thing that's completely plot relevant. And then it's like, here's another 100 episodes later, and then they finally, at the very end of the anime, he's like, oh, yeah. Okay, now I can go back.
See, I remember when Toonami was like new, when it was like a new thing, or it was somewhat new. I remember my first anime besides like, Pokemon, like who didn't see Pokemon when they were a kid?
Oh.
Well, my first like anime was Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
And all I remember was being completely weirded out by this, obscure plot. And one day I'm going to rewatch it because all I remember was he's shooting out of his hand and fight scenes, and that's all I remember.
Dude, the finger bang.
Oh god,
But
enough about Baku no Piku.
The creator of Yu Yu Hakusho is actually married to the creator of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Really
Mm.
interesting.
But
And
Aliens are
he
so
also did
interesting.
Hunter x Hunter.
yeah, that was what
Oh,
I was thinking about because that guy's kind of he procrastinates a lot because the Hunter x Hunter manga comes out so randomly.
Yeah.
hmm.
Because I remember watching Hunter x Hunter on Crunchyroll, and I'd look at the comments, and they'd be getting close to the end of the season, and everybody is commenting, "The end is nigh," and everybody's like, "Why?" And they're like, "He hasn't made the manga yet. It's been like a year."
Yeah, he got really sick for a while, but then when he came back, he was like, "Oh, I've got other stuff to do."
Later,
Yeah, pace.
but yeah, I didn't have it. I see back to the I think I said it on the top 10 animes list. Yusuke is one of my favorite anime protagonists just because he's a smart ass.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like the best thing ever that draws me to like anime characters is when they're smart asses because I mean they just pop off and say stuff like that. And that's pretty much how I am, so I relate to him on that level.
Yeah.
So it's just great.
The main character in Trinity, I almost said Trinity Blood. I'm not watching that one yet. Trinity 7, which is somewhat new, is kind of like that, which I kind of like him.
Yusuke's whole entourage, though, just kind of like brought his personality out too.
Yeah. Kubara!
All right, so we are moving over to Kelsey. What is your number 6?
Number 6 is Soshi and Ryuichiro from Inuboku SS. Um,
Is there an English title for that? I feel like I've heard of that.
no, it's just Inuboku SS.
Inuboku SS. Okay, I don't know that one.
The main character moves to this city to live in this house that's full of monsters, but they're all like personified. But if they have to battle, they can transform into their monstrous selves. But they're all
Are you talking
based.
about Rosario and Vampire?
No,
That
that's
sounds exactly like that.
That's,
Like
that's
that
all I
is
was here thinking. I was like, wait a
they're
minute.
all yeah, they're all based on like Japanese yokai and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But Ririchiro, she's like super tsundere, and she's got this really like she's so socially awkward, and so she like puts that whole like I'm an ice queen and super bitchy persona on, and she's so rude to everybody. But then later on, she's like, I'm only a little sorry, but it's adorable. And so she was this kitsune who she helped when she was smaller, and so he like essentially he kind of pulled a Wookiee move and was like, I vowed to serve you for my whole life. And so he's like her bodyguard, but he's uh he's really kind of like tranquil and stoic sometimes, but he's super yandere. And so, like, if you do anything to threaten Eritrio, he will just, like, go
Murder you.
nuts. It's crazy. But the whole anime itself was just, like, there were so many twists, and, like, the whole cast of characters is so diverse. And the ending will make you go, what?
What? That's awesome. That's good. Okay, guys, we are going to take a short break. Make sure to check out the next part of this little series.